I think that the main opportunities for fellows in the GI and hepatology training program at UNMC include an integration of acquisition of clinical skills and research. In fact, just yesterday we had a PowerPoint presentation where we went over all the broad resources, investigators and labs and support for fellows to, in addition to the skills, endoscopy and thinking about GI diseases, to engage in research. We think it's really our mission here to provide the next generation of academic gastroenterologists and hepatologists to take our place. So the opportunities are present for skills, for research, and in the future, for joining academic faculties. In addition, obviously, our trainees are top-notch when they find jobs in any clinical setting after graduation.
So my big decision as to why to stay at Nebraska Medical Center and UNMC was when I came here as a resident, I was very impressed with the education that was provided to the residents and trainees and the collegiality that was afforded to us. The other part that was a big deciding factor is that Omaha has been a great place to have and raise a family, and that was very important to us when we decided to stay.
I often get asked, what makes the intestinal rehabilitation program at UNMC unique? I give this answer. It is the people that come to work every day that want to help patients with short bowel syndrome to have a better life. The intestinal rehab program is an interdisciplinary program that is run by surgeons and physicians and is supported by dietitians and case managers that provide care for adult and pediatric patients with short bowel syndrome. Patients with short bowel syndrome present with a spectrum of severity of illness, with some patients being 100% dependent on parenteral nutrition upon initial presentation to our program. These patients are at risk for long-term complications such as line infections and loss of vascular access. The quality of life of these patients is poor when they have to interrupt their daily schedules and hook up to TPN for sometimes 12 hours or longer at a time. Our program is set up to provide our patients with the knowledge and tools to regain intestinal autonomy. We aim to improve their quality of life.
What I like about this program is a couple things. Probably my favorite part is how well the fellows get along with each other. You know, you're working a lot together and you have each other's back and you're always available to help out with work, and I think that's really important because you're spending a lot of hours together sometimes. I also think the faculty is really supportive. I can approach any faculty member without any issues. If I have questions about things, everyone's very approachable and helpful. And then I also like how many procedures we do. We get a lot of good inpatient cases and outpatient cases, upper and lower scopes, a lot of good exposure with that. And at the end of my first year, I had about 1,000 procedures. So you will definitely get a lot of procedures at this program. So those are all the things I like about UNMC.
University of Nebraska Medical Center has a robust endoscopy program. Our fellows at the end of their training attain super high numbers in endoscopy when you compare that to average GI programs. To integrate the advanced endoscopy training into the fellow education curriculum, we have a dedicated inpatient pancreatic biliary service with a concomitant advanced endoscopy rotation where our second and third year fellows rotate. For the fellow who intends to be a general gastroenterologist, I strongly believe that not only do they become a strong gastroenterology consultant, but they also solidify their basic endoscopy skills. And for the fellow who intends to pursue advanced endoscopy as a future career, it provides them with a platform to not only make a well-informed decision, but also to launch their future advanced endoscopy training here or elsewhere.
What impresses me the most about the education of our GI fellows is not only the exposure to general GI and hepatology, but also the opportunity to focus on special areas of interest within GI. Our fellows participate in several multidisciplinary conferences, including Hepatocellular Conference, IBD, Pathology, Research, and Pathophysiology Conference. Our colleagues from Pathology, General, Colorectal, and Transplant Surgery, as well as Radiology, participate at these multidisciplinary conferences. Fellows consistently gain high-volume endoscopy exposure throughout training. Fellows present annually at national meetings, and importantly, our fellow graduates consistently pass GI and hepatology boards.
As the gastroenterology field changes, so should our education. Fellows here at Nebraska Medicine will get early exposure to subspecialty training in multiple fields of gastroenterology. I direct the esophageal and motility rotation here at Nebraska Medicine. On this rotation, fellows will be able to be immersed in a lot of exposures with manometry, complex motility cases, endoflip, all these things early on in their fellowship. With this exposure, they'll be able to develop research ideas and other innovative things that will propel their career to help them decide, do they want to do advanced training, research, things like that. So I'm happy that our fellowship is changing with the field of gastroenterology.
There are quite a few strengths to our fellowship program. I think foremost, the biggest strength to our program is the variety and depth of clinical experiences that we have. We have a very busy and robust inpatient service at the Med Center with very sick patients and very high acuity patients, and you'll be very comfortable taking care of these patients rather quickly. And then we also train at a variety of sites, including the VA, which is a great outpatient endoscopy experience as well. The other big strength of our program is the number of endoscopies that you will take part in during fellowship. At the completion of my fellowship, I will have done over 2,500 general GI procedures and several hundred more advanced endoscopy procedures after that. And so we are a very robust clinical program, and we also have quite a great academic enterprise, and you will be involved in clinical research or basic science research depending on your personal interests.
Omaha proves to be a pleasant surprise to people who visit for the first time. A Midwest city with low cost of living, but with a bustling arts and culture scene. A city with a zoo that ranks among the best in the world. A city with a fun music scene, amazing restaurants, theater, and sports. We welcome you to visit our great city.
So thank you for taking the time to view these videos. And I think I would say that you should consider our program for the same reason I considered the program in coming here as a new chief. It's an amazing hospital, it's an amazing campus. It's got great support for academics, clinical excellence, and research. It's situated in a city that surprisingly supports an amazing quality of life. And I think that you would do very well to look closely and hopefully in the future visit. But please send us your questions, and please enjoy the rest of the information that we put online for you to review.